And, you know, there was a time when they first came out that it's been higher than that. Huh. I bet you do, Argantus. It's making your Enchanted Isle runs more profitable or closer to break even anyway. Well, after that Guardian's chest, I feel like I've been a little bit distracted, but I distinctly only remember a few Void Satchels dropping and not a lot else. So, what? WTF, Siege? Sort your life out. Drop me the Executioner right now. Did you buy some of the other the blue, the Draku one? These ones? I mean, I do use these more than I should. I think that's the blue one you're talking about. Oh, not that one. Okay, then it will. Which other blue one? Oh, this one, Boundless Evade. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Only because I never used to use it, Sue. It's like Translumination Potion. I never used that one, and I never used Boundless Evade. But since I've started using them, I've kind of got hooked on using them, so now I kind of want to include it as part of my loadout. And the thing about Boundless Evade is that, well, yeah, I didn't use them, and I had like 2,000 or 3,000 of them from making them, and I sold them all. And now that I've started to use them, I realise that I don't have like loads of them. So yeah, I've got a buy order up for them as well. But not, I've got more than enough to keep me going for like the next 1,000 runs. So the buy order's like a normal, and I think it's at like 530, something like that. Yeah, yeah. And after getting those 350, I realised that I'm kind of good for a bit. But yeah, I felt a bit annoyed about selling them because yeah, I didn't use them. But like even the maps where I don't use them, like say this one. And Descending Nightmares, I kind of miss it a little bit on that odd occasion because you kind of get used to using it. I wouldn't use it in Descending Nightmares because there's not enough space in the inventory. But yeah, I've kind of got used to them now. Just like the Translumination Potion. But I do think it's ridiculous that you have to buy a potion to be able to see the monsters clearer. But, you know, it does make it easier, especially in Descending Nightmares. You'd think not, but yeah, the ability to see things through walls and stuff and know which rooms that you haven't been to and stuff, and the traps as well. Yeah, so I'm hooked on the Translumination for sure. Oh, nice. It's nice when the nests have like got something other than quails in them. Or is that like alongside it from the wood cutting? I don't do too much wood cutting, not since Atherwood. Yeah, I think Sunken Treasure Troves and Mysterious Nests are a good introduction to becoming absolutely hooked on opening loot boxes. So, you know, I'm all for them. And you also get introduced to the absolutely shocking RNG that is loot boxes. Especially those Mysterious Nests. I haven't done it too many times, but I know other people have opened like absolute boatloads and got just absolute boatloads of quails. Yeah, I can understand that, Sue, for sure. I've considered it a few times. Problem is, though, you know, you don't know how many people are sitting on massive stashes and stuff, and that can become super expensive if it doesn't go right. Yeah, very much so. If though, that is the big thing. It's like the people that get it are often opening like thousands of them. War General, like I ain't kidding, thousands of them. Not hundreds. We are literally talking thousands. I mean, obviously you can get just lucky. But yeah, some people do open thousands of Mysterious Nests. And not even like over a period of time. We're talking in one go. So if you're sitting there with like 600 Mysterious Nests thinking, you know, I've got a shot. Yeah, add another Gnaw and you still might not. would be my like not that very knowledgeable advice on the Mysterious Nest, because yeah, I really haven't got into it that much. I've got the blue egg, you know, the one that's worth a little bit more gold than quail eggs. It's not a collectible. And to me, that was a jackpot. You know, just seeing something that's not freaking quail eggs is a jackpot. It can be painful to chase the jackpot prizes in loot boxes, I think, is the answer. The only one that seems to be kind of half decent to me anyway is the Guardian's chest. You know, it's twice I've hit the ring that I don't use. Moonlit Valor, is it? And then I think I've got the telescope thing that gives you the 10% once. And quite often get parts and stuff. But that's the only loot box I have any fondness for. And even them, as soon as I start chasing it and I'm like, oh, well, you know, Guardians are going all right. I'll buy 20 or something, open them all and get nada. Oh, was it? Maybe it's a different... I don't know. I'm sure the blue egg... Oh, maybe... Is that the 10 ends one or something? I remember not getting overly excited. But yeah, I haven't really ever gone hard on the mysterious nests. I would have gone really hard on the Gorgon donor nests, but they sting a little bit too, because when they first came out, they had the exact same lore as a mysterious nest, and really, really suggested that there was a collectible in there. So I went hard buying them, and at the time they were like 250,000 gold a nest, and I remember buying an awful lot, opening them, and then actually having a little whine at support. I was like, and they were like, there's no collectible in there, and I was like, but the wording's the same as the mysterious nest, so what's mysterious about getting exactly the same item guaranteed out of them? Shouldn't it suggest that, rather than having the exact same wording suggesting that? And they said, yeah, fair enough, and they changed the law the next day. They did offer me a refund, but I didn't take it. And then, yeah, Snapdragon was a dream at one point in time, but is no longer something that I'm that excited about. So I'll let other people crack on with them. You're going to attempt to spend 36 million on Mysterious Nest, or have I missed something? Because yeah, I don't. I mean, you do get to that stage in the game for sure, but I'm not sure that you're at that stage where you got that. Oh, I see. Okay, you're gonna wait until you got. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm up to basically 400 void satchels now. Where I'm probably just over it now with these siege runs. So I'm gonna open another row of 19. I think at some point today. I kind of find them fun because yeah, I opened like maybe 50 and got 1 or 2 greens, 1 or 2 blues. But yeah, the last 2 lots of opening 19 have given like quite a few purples and blues. But maybe I don't want to open too many because maybe it will encourage other people to start opening them / buying them. Yeah. Maybe I was exaggerating a little bit with the odds then, saying to open thousands is bad, but yeah. I just didn't want War General to have too much false hope. Right, well, Siege isn't doing much. Getting a Guardian's chest on like the first run was a bit of a tease. Methinks. Damn, the XP going up each level. Who'd have thought it? I'm going to have a smoker after the next set of 4. It's getting quite hot in here, but I don't... Oh, wait a minute. What am I running out of? Oh. No, what am I running out of? What's normally there? Maybe nothing? No, I've definitely run out of something. What am I running out of? Oh, it is Rhino Head, because the rest... I always get fooled, because they count the ones in the secret stash, and I forgot I had a few in the secret stash. But yeah, I've got a couple of hundred in a buy order, so I definitely haven't run out of them. But I definitely want to stop using them as well. Because I want to save them for Thingy Bob. OMFG, that's not happening. Fair enough, VI. You never know. But yeah, there was some talk about that on Discord, wasn't there, and stuff? I mean, it does get a little bit frustrating sometimes, having Herd blocked on every social media platform in existence and in game. But I did it before he turned red, so I'm not going to change it to see those messages. I realise sometimes I might lose out on a bit of information, but I'd like to think that if the information was important enough, it will be shared in other ways. So I'm not going to change it. I got close to trying to see what was being said yesterday, but decided that one side of the argument was enough to establish basically what was going on. Yeah, it can get a bit weird. It's like, because I checked to see if I run out of something. This is like the Planet Surgery comment. But yeah, and I'm like, well, it's not that, because I've got like loads of them. To be fair, I don't really use the secret stash much. I can't really get my head around it. And because of the way I run things, you know, I can't fit enough stuff in there anyway. I've unlocked all the slots, just for completion purposes. But yeah, roll on being able to buy a house in Inverden, in my opinion. I know Argantus sent me that beautiful picture, and that is exactly what I think as well. Be nice if it was the same price, but I can see it being scaled and being like 5 million gold. A couple of collectibles. Well, yeah, there's those ones, but they're too far away from everything. It's like, it's that bit in between Echo of Time and Frost Siege. Kind of there. Would be nice to have a house so that you're kind of relatively close to Descending Nightmares, Echo of Time, Frost Siege. I mean, it should be close, and it's got to be closer than the tavern. And then I think the other like bits of Inverden that will eventually open up, it would all be. So that seems like the place, the logical place anyway. Not suggesting it necessarily has to be logical, but yeah, I mean, it does have to be closer than the tavern to make it worthwhile, and it should be like kind of a little bit further than the secret stash, but considerably closer than the tavern, kind of like the same in Talmouth. Right, remember to open these freaking tombs. I'm just going to assume that this is a double tomb thing. Yarr. I'm sitting here all getting excited about the new stuff coming out. It's easy to do. Easy to do. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, that house, perfect. Perfect, that house. I mean, it's still, yeah, I mean, that's half the distance than the tavern. Easy. I wonder if I'm ever going to regret selling that evaporated painting thing for $1 million. You know, the one we got from, like, having lots of potions or something. I'm pretty sure I sold that for $1 million around a Rift event time. I'll find it on the encyclopedia in the little break. It was the one that we got for having loads of the potions that disappeared. Yeah, the one that's got like the one that's been buying and selling for like around about 1 million. That one. Because I didn't get it from the potions. I bought it for like 900,000 and then sold it for 1 million or something. Where is it? Evaporated something, I'm sure it was. Yeah, this one. Elixir Evaporated. That one. The wall cosmetic. It's like part of me wants to buy it back. Just in case. But then another part of me thinks 1 million seems quite good for something that could possibly just never have a use case and is literally a painting on the wall. But then there's another part of me that thinks, you know, painting us on the wall is sad. Oh my god, who's selling room pouches? Gonna have to stop buying them. But then they do break at a ridiculously quick amount, so, you know, maybe I should buy some more. Oh, what's with all these teams, Steve? Seriously, you are capable of dropping some other stuff. What's the whoopsie? What whoopsie? What's my whoopsie? I don't feel like there's been too much of a whoopsie, unless that's double team related. Now I'm worried I've done something. Do expand on the whoopsie, please, Argantus. Which particular of my many whoopsies are we referring to? Oh, that was to me, was it? Well, I mean, you don't probably need to drop the price any lower. I mean, I can refresh that buy order. Because, yeah, I don't want to run out of them. I don't want to kind of get to the stage where I'm kind of trying to do my quickest time to 120 and then suddenly find out I've got to pay like 50k for room pouches and there's none available. So I'd much rather have a few hundred stashed up. And like, what, 3k is the lowest they went? And I know I got a lot of 3k, but like the buy order I think that you've just filled was 5k, which seems kind of fair at the moment, but probably still cheap in the long run. I don't know. I've been firing off so many Dracona at bad times, thinking they were health, because they look too much like the health ones. I'm not even sure if I've got enough energy to do the last one, even though I've got enough time. Actually, I haven't, so... I'm definitely not desperate enough to run back to Talmouth to refresh the buy order, though, but I'd definitely do it next time I'm in Talmouth, which is, you know, only an hour away, I guess. God, we've been talking about room pouches way too much. Probably going to have one break now. What on earth is with Siege just having nothingness in it? Like, literally, all the dials have been turned right down. Let's just make... Oh, my God. See? I told you. Talked about room pouches. That's all it takes for one to break. Just talking about it. That's how breakable those things are. I don't know, Sue. I mean, like, they've only just started breaking. Like, everyone, like, Mythic and Legendary and above has had, like, a bit of a free ride. I mean, I went thousands of runs and they weren't breaking. And I was telling everyone in sight that they're not breaking. This doesn't seem fair. But it took Argantus to actually say it before they actually did anything. But yeah, they have got a 5% breakage rate. So it is kind of one every like 5 seconds. That's why I've got them double loaded up. Because otherwise, I'll go and do my 4 runs in Siege. And I have to run back because, you know, the chances are one's going to break. And like the chances are good. I mean, that's 1 in 20 runs. But it seems to be happening like 1 in 10, 1 in 5 runs, to be honest. But then that's just because, you know, Zan RNG and stuff. Oh, I said I was going to have a smoke, but I guess it's a smoke after this set. It wasn't fair for the production users either. And yeah, especially with the Quiver users paying like over the odds. But I'd already been saying stuff. Dr. Loot had recognised it and said that he was going to fix it weeks before it got fixed. And weeks before that, I'd mentioned it on Discord. Because, yeah, it got to the stage where it was totally unfair. But I can't believe this, but I was still getting the response, it's RNG. And I'm like, seriously, after 4,000 to 5,000 runs, at a 5% breakage, you're telling me that it's RNG. And it's like, you know, that's the one time that RNG really did seem like a pathetic response. But that was the response. So I was like, well, you know, I've gone hard. It's definitely not abusing game mechanics and shit. Plus, nobody else was particularly mentioning it. So yeah, I waited for somebody that wasn't benefiting to put their ore in to make it happen. But yeah, now like 15, 20 of them break a day. So yeah, saying that, I mean, I've got a few hundred stockpiled, but yeah, maybe I should get a few more. But yeah, when it gets to the stage where 1,000 of them should have broken, or something like that, and none have broken, I think at that point you can safely say, not RNG. It's a bug. That's unlike QC. To pump resources. I would not have expected such a thing. Absolute shocker. Yeah, it would be at least a couple of months until I'm affected by it. Anyway, and I think I'm picking up all the stuff for it for Descending Nightmares, isn't it? Yeah, it's all. Oh no, Ethereal Bark. But I've got how many of them? I've got 177. Not many, but. Well, I might stop. I mean, I'm going to have a smoke after this set of 3 or 4. But yeah, I'm going to stop coming into Siege for a bit because, like, just repeatedly having double tombs is no fun. Starting off, like, as it did, was kind of optimistic for the day, but it seems to just be going back to being absolutely naff. Well, I don't think I need them, but I think I'm happy to stockpile them. It feels like eventually they might be worth more than what they're selling for. And if I carry on at the rate I'm on, eventually I'll need more. But I don't particularly want to make anything. Apart from fishes, I'm looking forward to fishes. Mostly because I use Dracona and I know that I'm going to have to make... Like, as soon as I've made, like, maybe a couple hundred more floppers, I'll be onto Dracona. And then I'll just sit there and make 10,000 of them or something. So that I don't have to worry about Dracona. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they introduce offhands for the magic, you know. Like, maybe rune pouches with super, like... Basically, like, an extra weapon stat. And you've got to pick which one you want and stuff. And some are rarer than others. I mean, that's just like a personal thing that I've been kind of thinking would be cool. Yeah, something like that for sure. Like one with an energy leech would be sick. Like if I could get like that 10% energy leech. Oh yeah. For such things as Descending Nightmare. I don't even remember the fire and poisonous arrows. That may have been before my time or when I don't know. Ooh, it's a Guardian's chest. Right, so the only target that's been filled in Siege so far. Seriously? This is just like I've got a feeling somebody's watching and just pressed double tunes forever. Oh my god, he said that and he gets a shard. Okay, so like my goals were to get 2 Guardian's chests completed. Was to get a shard or 2. That's kind of completed. And so the only thing that hasn't happened is a complete vault drop. Because complete vaults are not that rare. I have got an orb drop though. And in a way, an orb is better than a vault. I could make a relatively good argument on that, because you can buy the vaults and you can't buy the orbs yet. Yeah, I'm a little frost mage type thing. I'm a little fire mage. I specialised in necromancy mage, because I guess like energy leech or health leech would be like necromancy, is it? Kind of that kind of theme. I think most of this is coming from WoW, to be honest. But then, you know, WoW's a good game. You can't be completely original in all aspects of this kind of stuff. No, I definitely want the necromancy one. I want myself some leech. I love the leech. It's all about the leech. Oh, I see. Yeah, that would break the laws of physics for sure. I'm sure that's why the demonlings and stuff do better in my little ice cube than other mobs. It's because they've got their firing fireballs and melt it a little bit quicker. That's how I'm seeing it anyway. I forgot to use Piku and now it's too late. I'm hiding behind the fireplace. Absolute bunch of wrong-uns with bows. Oh my god, I might even be able to do the 4th run. Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the double void satchel is getting close to being acceptable, to be fair. Well, it is acceptable. I mean, yeah, if keys are 6 eng at the moment and a double satchel covers the cost, that's happy days. I think my potions are going to run out, but it's always good to have a little bit of a challenge when you've got like a frost vault, a guardian's chest in your inventory. Not sure about that, to be fair. I could have at least changed up the shard so that if I did die stupidly, I didn't lose the vault. I had a couple of Santa sleighs. I think I sold one of them, but yeah, I always thought to myself, if I ever used melee, I'd want it to be something like Santa's sleigh. But then I also realised I wasn't around when it actually came out, and so it's like doesn't have the same kind of meaning to me as it probably does to other people.